Smaller on the day.
So thanks for lunch and learn. You know, we wanted to reach out to you today and talk about banking. We have a number of clients in bio business throughout our company and a little bit about Home Federal. Our home office is right here in Rochester, Minnesota. We're located right on the corner of by Civic Center Drive across from Barlow Plaza. We're very excited. This is our 80th year. And so we're going to definitely be celebrating this year all the good things that comes with being 80 years. We're a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. We started in 1934 in Spring Valley, and we have 12 locations predominantly here in Minnesota and Iowa, southeast Minnesota, Eagan, down in Marshalltown, Iowa. In today's world of technology, though, I have a number of clients a couple states away, and it's more about that attentiveness and responsiveness rather than bricks and mortar in today's world. We're also delighted to have one of our board members here with us today. Al Burning is also on the board of Home Federal, along with Hugh Smith and Wendy Shannon and Mike Fogarty Sr. Let's see, Bernie Newman. So we have an amazing board of people that for the holding company and for the bank. But, you know, talking with other people in the bio business, brilliant, absolutely brilliant people. You know, when you start talking to a banker about reagents and platelet lysets and MCSs or MSCs, you know, that's about as foreign to us as some of the words there. And we recognize you guys are brilliant at what you do, and we're good at banking. And so we really see, as you know, companies that are startup mode, we really see it as that three-legged stool of your lawyer, your accountant, your banker. You know, there's a lot of decisions to be made originally too, and I've got it. I have copies of the PowerPoint, and one of the, if you like research, one of the best spots out there to, if you like reading at night, is the Small Business Development Center website. And for businesses, it has all sorts of things about how to organize your business, how to write a business plan. In your folder, there's the website, so you don't have to write it down. It tells you legal and regulatory requirements, why you're going to choose a sole proprietor over an LLC, over an LLP, over being incorporated. So this is just a wealth of knowledge, and we are so lucky here to have this in Rochester out of the college. And out there is Rick Enderlich, and he will help people with writing a business plan, cash flows. He's just a wealth of knowledge, and for the most part, it's the right price, it's free. And so it's a great service that we can tap into that's right here in our community. So there are just, at the Small Business, or Minnesota Small Business Development Center, there's just all sorts of things that you can find about starting your business or opening your new biotech company. But we really do see, you know, it's important to have your lawyer, your banker, your accountant, because all of us play a role in creating a successful business, and we all, we don't try to give legal advice as a banker, though, you know, and banker attorneys do not give advice, you know, banking advice. We try to really work in partnership, and it does happen on occasion that when we are meeting with a client, they will bring all three pieces. So we'll have the client at our desk or in our office, we'll have their accountant and their attorney all sitting there, and we're all kind of planning this out together. So a lot of, you know, as you start your businesses, you know, your legal name, who's going to be part of your company, your documents, you're going to be an LLC, an LLP, federal tax ID number, which is just a simple online application, who's going to sign. And so now we get to the world of banking. With that, I'll turn it over to Angie Runstead. I'm Sue Coling, and I should have introduced myself. I'm work with business clients at the bank. So I have a number of bio-business, biofuels clients, the longest running person at the bank with over 40 years of banking. So I've seen a lot of things happen in banking and changing over the years. And so with that, I'll give it to Angie just to talk a little bit about, you know, what we have a bio business checking account that's available to anybody here.
Thank you for coming also. It's a pleasure to have you here. I know some of you from my Mayo days, way back when. So we do have this exciting new product that Sue mentioned. Yeah, it's nice about it. There's no minimum balance requirement. There's no monthly service charge, which is becoming very common at a lot of banks these days. But this would have no monthly service charge, free online banking, online bill pay, electronic statements. Our debit card also, you can earn rewards with it. Just need to register, and the more you use it, the more rewards you can earn. We do also have a business credit card with rewards. The free card earns, can earn up to 1.25% per point per dollar charged. There is one with a $50 annual fee that can earn 1.5 times, but the free one still earns up to 1.25 times. And I do have brochures in your pamphlet if you're interested in the credit cards.
One of the things on the credit cards and the debit cards with a new startup company, sometimes it's all about cash flow or lack thereof. And so a lot of people will have both the debit card and the credit card because if they need an extra 20 days to pay for something or they have receivables coming in, they'll put it on their credit card and give by them a little bit more time to pay for something or pay for their office, something they need in the office or an order or a conference that they're going to.
Now, as far as how you split the rewards, I don't know. You'll have to fight that out, or you could use them to purchase more things for the business.
Or travel, if your business requires you to go to conferences, those travel rewards, and there's no blackout dates on our rewards program, and it goes through Travelocity.
Who's that available to everyone, or do they need to, because of the name of your business?
This account.
Yeah.
We're looking at people in the Bio Business Center. There's some few things here, but for the average business owner too, there a lot of these things, almost the lion's share of these are still available to the average business owner too.
Mm-hmm.
So we added a few extra things on this one because, for us it's important. We're excited about Rochester and what's going to be taking place and what's going to be taking place in this building. And so we are kicking a few more services in at no fee here.
The direct payment, some fee, what is the fee?
The direct payment, if you want to sign, so that's like ACH they call it, but if, depends on the volume, it's either $5 a month and 50 cents an item, or if you get a larger volume, it's $15 a month and 20 cents an item. So some of those that are just, maybe they want to set payroll up for 3 people, well, they're better to put the $5 a month out there. Or they pay, depending on how they pay their vendors too, so it just becomes numbers.
I'm just trying to see how we switch, because we're, as you know, we're trying to switch all that. That's a huge advantage.
Because wires are not cheap, and so, there's wire, there is a wire fee for incoming and outgoing, but if you could send an ACH for 50 cents or a wire for $15, it makes a big difference in cash flow.
Most of our branches have at least a couple of notaries, and we would notarize anything you need notarized for free. Oh, Scott, you skipped over clear and simple.
No, you can
No,
put me
no.
at the end of the agenda here.
Okay. And we do have money market and savings accounts. Unfortunately, rates are not great these days on deposit accounts, but we are very competitive and we would give you the best available in the area.
On the offset, I think loan rates are very low for everything,
Yes,
so
yes.
good time to borrow, you need to borrow.
Any questions on, Bio Business Checking? It's a business checking account. You can, on our online statements are available the next day after month end. And on your statement, you can get images of your checks that you write with the statement. Our online banking also provides the ability to go back 30 months and drill down to copies of each individual check deposited right online at your fingertips. So if you can always call the bank, but if you're working on a weekend and you've had your account with us a year and where was that check from? You can go drill into your account and down to the level of each check, a copy of each check that was within the deposit.
Or did you want to do it all at once, Scott?
Well, whatever you want me to. Oh, here I am.
So Scott is exclusively merchant credit card, so you have a client that calls in and wants to place an order, and they want to give you their credit card, just like I like to earn my travel points when I buy something. Businesses are getting into that mode too, they like to earn their travel points as well, and so more and more places are accepting credit card as payment for goods and services.
And the big new trend we're seeing is the government likes to pay by credit card, especially purchasing card now. So if you're doing business with the government, they're really trying to get out of the purchase order business and get more into the purchasing card with their customers. And what they do is they give a certain person a certain amount of leeway, and they can just use their card and pay you right away. And that's where this Clear and Simple, we're seeing a lot of this. We have a lot of, especially this year more than ever, a lot of people who do business with the government, they might plow for the post office or do business with the, what are the, NSA, well, not the NSA, but one of the labs or something where they're ordering stuff, the National Science Fund, NSF maybe.
NIH did that to us.
Yeah, okay, so,
I know, the card, I think, clinic cars, that fix the cars, they give a purchasing card, or everybody, my client said, so.
so what, what we're seeing is the occasional, for some businesses, you might not take credit cards every day, maybe once a month or an occasional one, and you don't want to go to the expense or hassle of getting set up for all the time, because of usually the costs and obligations have been too much to just take an occasional credit card. So we do accommodate businesses that take credit cards every day, but this program, the Clear and Simple, is a great one when you see just a few transactions a month or an occasional transaction. It's very cost effective and easy for your customer to take for you to take a credit card from your customer. The nice thing about it is, one, it has service with it. A lot of things, you get a better rate or something, and you usually lose service. The nice thing is with this, you can call a person on the phone and talk to them. A lot of credit card companies that advertise will offer similar rates, but they don't have any service. It's all email, which is okay, but sometimes it's nice if you're having a problem, you can talk to someone on the phone who will help you. And that's something that we offer that a lot of companies don't. And so you're busy running your business, and you're busy doing what you need to do for your customers. You don't want time hassling with things. You want to call an expert up and get help right away. And that's one of the nice things about Clear and Simple. It's not, it's made for occasional transactions, but you get full service with it. You always have some access to help you with the software, or if you have questions, something. And the bank is accessible too. I'm here to service you as well. So you actually have two service areas you can go to depending on what your needs are. Also, it has a $10 monthly fee, regardless. If you don't process any transaction, you pay $10 a month. You do it several thousand, it's $10 a month, just a set service fee. And then you pay a percentage fee based on the cards you take and the transactions you take. If you're taking them, if you're keying them in or taking them over the phone, it's 3.5% plus 19 cents per transaction. If you're swiping in, it's 2.65%. And regardless of the card type, if it's a business card or a check card. And what I find with a lot of business-to-business type situations is you're taking the most expensive type cards. Business cards are typically have the highest cost. So the Clear and Simple is really a great program for business-to-business, because even though it has a one-rate plan, it incorporates in that one-rate plan the high-rate business cards, which generally are more expensive than your consumer cards. So it's especially a good deal for people working with businesses and purchasing cards. You're already going to pay. With a different program, you end up paying a higher rate. With this, it all incorporates into one rate. The other thing that you have is you have next day funding. You settle your batch, the full amount of the sales in your account the next day. So if you have a $1,000 transaction, you get $1,000 the next day. It's guaranteed. Your fees aren't taken out till the end of the month in a lump sum, and you'll get an emailed statement that shows how your fees are calculated. But you'll also be able to track the money coming in and out of your checking account. If you're online with your checking account, you'll see the deposits come in, and you'll see the fees come out. And you can go, you don't necessarily have to go to your merchant statement, but if you want a breakdown of your fees, you can see it that way. But the important thing is you'll see the money flow in and out, very simple. Accounting-wise, your full deposit comes in. Some companies take their discount out right away. We do not do that. So for your accounting purposes, you do a $1,000 sale, you see a $1,000 deposit, very easy on the accounting side. Because none of us want to be accountants, I don't think. And if you have an accountant, you want to make it easy for them too. Then same thing with your fees, one monthly fee taken out lump sum. So it lowers down the number of transactions, the number of accounting entries. And the key is if you want it to be simple, you're busy doing something else and you want your financial stuff to be easy for you. And there's different ways you can take the cards. You can just take it right on your computer. You don't have to buy any equipment at all. If you're keying the card in, you can take it right on your computer, go over the internet. It's called a virtual terminal. We include the training and 24-hour support service, all the updates. So all you have to do is go in, enter the card number, some other information, you get paid. Also, and you can use it at the same time, you can also use your phone. You can use a mobile phone, Apple or Android type phone. You can add a swipe or just key the card number in, and your phone is a credit card machine. We can set that up as well. So if you're at conferences and you're selling things or need to get paid, you don't have, you can use your computer or you can just use your phone, or we can set you up on both. And that's all included. There's no upfront cost to setting you up on those things. The only fee you would have is you decide to add a card swiper to your phone. It's $20. To your computer, it's $65, but that's if you're swiping the cards. If you're taking things over the phone, you don't need that. But if you have the opportunity to swipe it, you'll notice you get a lower rate. So if you have the opportunity to swipe a card, you may be better off having a card swiper. The other thing with the mobile phones, when you swipe the card through, we also now have Bluetooth-enabled printers. Again, normally you can email them the receipt anyway, so you don't necessarily have to have a printer when you have a mobile phone. You can email them the receipt, and most people are okay with that. But we also have battery-powered, Bluetooth-enabled printers, mini printers, so if you're using a phone, we also have a printer that'll work with that. The nice thing about the Clear and Simple account, there's no monthly minimum fees, no cancellation fees, so if you decide it doesn't work for you, you can shut it down at any time. Also, if your credit card volume goes higher, we start seeing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in credit cards consistently, we have a different rate plan, our cost plus pricing, which is made for higher volume merchants, that is going to lower your rates further than this. But this is a great plan because it doesn't have the same monthly fees, no cancellation costs, no upfront fees for your software and such. And that's what's kind of nice. It's easy to get in, easy to get out if you need to, and a low monthly fee. And then the support of the bank, and also the call area support for the software. So, and you don't have to do any updates or anything else as well. And you don't have any of the extra fees. With a normal account, you're going to have, there's extra fees. In this case, it's all bundled into one small account. It was made, this package was specifically made for small businesses taking occasional credit card process, occasional transactions. It makes sense, and you don't have to be an expert on credit card processing. Also, you don't have the same requirements in terms of security, fees, and other things that you would have with a normal account. There's a higher level of security required when you process more transactions. And so, does anybody have any questions about credit card processing? Not only the Clear and Simple, but credit card processing in general.
How long does it take to set up?
Oh, just
someone did want to make a
48,
request?
72 hours generally you can have it set up from a contract usually if there's no issues with the underwriting, which typically there isn't. But normally from application to approval, 48 hours. And you can call right in and get set up on the computer right away. So if you need to take a transaction in a hurry, generally get you set up pretty quick.
Any other questions?
The cost plus, is there a minimum on that you have to be?
There's no minimum, but you have different monthly fees. You have to pay a security fee. You have to do some security requirements. There's also a set fee from Visa, an assessment fee that get charged. It's all bundled into this one. And with the cost plus, basically what we do is we charge you a percentage over cost, and then we pass through all the costs to you. And if you're at a higher volume, that makes sense because there's different costs to different credit cards. So let's say I pay you with my check card. If you were on a cost plus pricing, that rate, let's say you swipe the card, might be around 1%, anywhere from under 1% to about 1.5%. If I pay you with a regular, let's say a regular credit card, maybe about 2%. I pay with the rewards card a little bit more. I pay with a business card about 2.5%. So the rates kind of volume, and there's per item fees and assessments.
What I'm worried about is not the volume, sorry to say we don't have that volume, but our product is very expensive right now. So I mean, basically, they buy 2 vectors and you're already over $3,000.
Okay.
So where does somebody, coming from NIH, for example,
Okay, if you're
or
keying
is
it
it
in.
$3,000 to $5,000, then.
Well, the thing is, you know what kind of cards you're taking. You're taking basically the most expensive type cards. Purchasing cards and business cards have the highest cost through Visa when we're doing a cost plus, because we just take what Visa charges. They charge more for those type of cards. So in that case, the gap from the Clear and Simple and the regular rates is not as big to overcome the monthly fees. It's really a percentage calculation. Now, the thing that we can do, let's say you're taking 3,000, let's say you bump to 4 or 5,000, it starts getting higher. We can just status change you. You don't have to change a thing you're doing. We just change the type of account to a different pricing system, and we'll help you. And we'll do that for you at any time when your volume picks up. So this is kind of a starter program, and it may be, people might pay more by check commonly, but if you start seeing more and more volume, we can put you in a different program to lower your fees. But the threshold for the lower fees really depends on the card types. If you have more consumers coming in, you're swiping check cards, the threshold's much lower. You're taking purchasing cards that you're keying in, that has a much higher cost, so the cost to offset the higher monthly fees, it takes a higher volume. But we'll work with you. You don't have to do the calculations. You just tell us, hey, my volume's up here. What can you help me? And that's what my job is, to change your program if your volume picks up. So we want to put you in the program that's best for you. Good question.
Any other questions for Scott? It's a great start, it's a great one to start with and build from there depending on how your volume's gonna go.
Yeah, the problem is we have people who take hardly any credit cards at all, and they have $20 or $25 in monthly fees, and they're not taking any credit cards, and it's not very cost effective. And this program was built for that. Just because everybody wants to pay by credit cards now, the government people, and you're getting 2 or 3 a month, or like some one every other month. It's like, well, I don't want to pay $25 a month for that.
We also have money market and savings account. Money market pay a little bit better rate than the savings account, yet let's say you get a big investor and you still need that money liquid, but you want it to earn a little something until you spend it. So a money market's a good vehicle for that. You can still do up to 6 withdrawals a month. And if you come do them in person, they don't count, or if you have us make a transfer for you. So they're very liquid. Or if you know you're gonna be writing a bunch of checks, you can make a lump sum transfer to a checking account and then write as many checks as you want. But it's very liquid. You can still do up to 6 transactions a month and still earn a little bit of interest. Savings is the basic standard savings vehicle, much smaller minimum balance to open a savings account.
And if you had all checking and money market savings, you would view them all at the same time online. They would show up on your online access.
And the rates, the more you have on deposit in a money market, they're tiered. So depending on the type of money market, the rates vary. I think we talked about the MasterCard with the rewards, daily cash withdrawal limits of 500, that would be at an ATM. But point of purchase, the daily limit would be 1,500, but let's say you're buying a big piece of equipment, all you have to do is call us and say, I need my limit changed for 48 hours or wherever. That just takes us a couple of minutes while we still have you on the phone, basically. I just need to do an email, quick workflow.
So I know you guys are a community bank, pretty small. So when people travel, go to other places, so take cash out, do you guys charge the ATM fee?
At any Quick Trip, we have a arrangement with Quick Trip, and any Quick Trip stores, they're free. On the clients that we have,
We'll waive up to
Yeah.
$10 a month. You
And-
just need to
yeah.
call us, or depending on the checking account, you have. If
Mhm.
you have the, I forget the choice checking, the system automatically will waive up to $10 a month. But if you have a different kind of account, if you see a charge on there, you just need to call us and we'll waive up to 10, which is about 3 transactions, 4 transactions.
and Angie talked a little bit about this, we use a Visa rewards card for businesses, and you get a net dollar and 25% bonus on all points earned, 25% cash back, no annual fee, and here again, the bonus rewards can be used for a number of things. I have nonprofits that use their credit card, and then they can, at Christmas time, they use that to give gifts at their Christmas party. I have business clients that use it to offset travel points. On the Travel Reward Center, it books right through Travelocity. You can use your points for that, and there's no blackout periods with those points.
And the 0% introductory APR for the first 6 months is nice, and includes balance transfers. If you have a higher interest card, you can transfer that balance and still get that 0% for 6 months.
And with a business, quite often you have multiple employees, and so Xavier may get the big limit. And then each employee may be assigned a certain limit, so each person that carries a card for the business does not have to have the same limit on their card. You know, a few tips that we want to pass, you know, personal banking, you know, business debit cards are more popular, and I'm seeing more and more personal stuff go on their business debit card, but, you know, just separate your business from your personal. It's just some good advice. The Small Business Development Center out here at the college, Rick Enderlich, just a great resource that we refer clients to regularly that are starting businesses, expanding businesses, looking at cash flow options. You know, always don't forget about financial planning. You know, as a business owner, have that will in place. And here's where that three-legged stool of your accountant, your attorney, and your banker come into play. You know, why us? You know, we're here today. You know, we're a local community bank right here in the corner of Civic Center Drive down there. Local decision making, if I need an answer, I might have to walk out before, might be on my floor. We don't have to call out of state or the east or west coast to get decisions made. And that's very powerful. It's very powerful on our lending side when, you know, we can make those decisions right here with the committees that we have. You know, we have experience with bio business clients. We have other clients, and we know what they need, and we help react to that need. They're not all the same, but yet, you know, it's a lot of touches. I recently traveled with one of my bio business clients on an equity drive, so I'm all, as their banker, sitting in on those meetings and such. So it's, you never know quite what the needs are, but we're there to help address those. We're very personalized. Angie can attest to that. We're very hands-on.
I can
Answer
attest to
our
that.
phones. We do answer our phones.
You know, email, you know, my phone, I always tell my business clients, you know, here's my phone number, press 6 for cell phone. And, you know, they don't need it a lot, but when they do, it's something important, so they always know they can get hold of us. You know, we have quick response time. We answer our phones, like Andy said, we return our emails. You know, we have a variety of loan options available too. You know, it's not only always about opening that checking account, but at times there's need for lending to go along with that. And we've done a number of different ways that we've approached that. We are SBA lenders. We're a delegated SBA lender. We're a USDA lender. So we have a variety of programs. And we can, you know, if you want to check us out, kick the tires, you can check with Jean, or we have other references of other clients that have said that we could give out names too, that you can check out our services. Put my pedometer on, Angie and I, we're 280 steps away.
Don't even have to go outside.
We're very close, yeah, so, if you don't know, we're right, you describe how.
Oh, gosh, you're talking to someone who's very directly
We're in
challenged.
right by the food court there, you go across the Skyway system.
By
So,
the 201 building.
Thank you, that's by the 201, so we have an office right there that's full service.
Right across from Dunn Brothers,
Newts Express,
Newts Express, the new food court back there.
the scarf shop.
Love the scarf shop.
You know, for this group, you know, all year long, we're gonna be celebrating our 80th anniversary. We're very excited about that. And one of the things for this group that we'd like to offer is, in honor of that, anybody that would be opening an account, a checking account, we would do an $80 credit towards goods and services. So if you need to order checks or, it'd be a credit on your account, but, you know, checks and deposit tickets, deposit stamps, there's cost involved there. And this would help offset the lion's share of that on your first order. You know, we have a variety of checks. You can use computer-generated checks through QuickBooks, Peachtree. Some have handwritten checks, whatever, we can accommodate most check orders that a person would use. In your packet is a copy of all these slides, but if one needs a federal tax ID number, it's a very simple, log into the irs.gov, go to filing, self-employed, and you fill out online and it generates your federal tax ID number. Starting a business in Minnesota's, Minnesota Small Business Development Center, and our website is just called home. Let me show you that here. So justcallhome.com is how you get into Home Federal's website. And this is what it would look like for any of our consumer retail customers or our business customers. They're going to go to their online access, they're gonna either say they're personal banking, a private banker, a business banker. Just, they have financial calculators. You ever want to see what mortgage rates are doing? Give you a quick look at that. Today, a 30 years, 4 3/8. 15 years, still 3 3/8, so still great rates out there. But we always have information related to personal banking, business banking, Angie, which is part of the private banking group, that tells about, you know, our philosophy and the programs that we have out there for private banking. So Just Call Home is our website, so I always try to give some tips and alerts. Like right now, there's an Apple iPad and iPod alert where you need to upgrade your upgrade to the latest version. So we try to always be mindful of that. Your security is like everybody in business. Your security is our utmost importance to us, and we take that responsibility very seriously. So always trying to make sure we've got the latest out there.
A couple of things in your packets. We're in honor of our 80th anniversary. If you fill this out and bring it to one of our branches, we're giving away 80 days of great gifts. We're gonna have drawings, so I understand, they won't tell us what they are, but they're great. So by all means, bring those in. We are running a special on home equity lines right now. If you have some equity in your home and need some money to purchase a car, college tuition, whatever, you will get 3% for a whole year fixed. Normally, home equity lines are variable rates, but well, 3% if you have a checking account with us. I should qualify that. There's always some small print, but so it's a great vehicle. In most instances, the interest is tax deductible, and a 3% rate is excellent. And that rate will stay fixed for 12 months as long as you draw on the line by May 31st. And then I did include a couple of brochures for business credit cards and then personal credit cards. Any questions?
The comment I was gonna make, having done business with the big banks in town and Home Federal, and having used Home Federal for 2 startups in the last year, it's been great, because I do everything online, no paper. The online part works fantastic. As Sue said, the approval process is fast. The fact they're here, we can make decisions locally. There's a difference, because depending on what you're doing, so the big banks, it is now, some of the decision making has been moved to out of Rochester. And then in terms of just using, being able to use the other services like the credit card, the other parts are often some of those more niche services that either are tougher to get to, or those you definitely would have to go out of town if you're using one of the big banks.
I say, Xavier said our size, and I say we're at that perfect size because we compete well against your large banks because we're large enough to have great technology and online service and products. And we compete well with the small banks because they can't offer it, but so we can offer the great services and products and still deliver it personally. and right out here in Rochester. And that's just a great position for us to be in. And, you know, as a community bank, we take our responsibility very serious. There's not many events in town that one can't go to that you won't find a Home Federal badge, whether it be Chamber, the DMC. I know Al Menino, who many of you know, is always out and visible, but we take it very seriously, being invested in our communities and being part of the community, and that means volunteer hours and supporting those communities in many different ways.
And we strive to know everyone's name when they walk in the door.
You can't go through Hy-Vee during Christmas without getting hit by someone from work ringing a bell. Scott, hey Scott, come over here, give us some money.
I actually got called Christmas Eve a couple of years ago at 8 o'clock. It's like, I think I overdrew my account. Okay, no problem. I'll take care of it.
Keep shopping.
You don't have to worry about it until the day after Christmas, the bank's closed, nobody knows.
Questions for us, bank questions, other related service questions.
But we're in the middle of switching from Wells Fargo to Home Federal, so, yeah, and I can tell you that I know the cost. I mean, the online, we pay for the online bill pay over there, $10 a shot, which is, when you only have 3 people you're doing for bill pay, is a little bit silly. But the question I might have for you, Al, I don't know if you're at this point with your businesses, what kind of accounting software are you guys using? Are you at that point yet that you're using?
Oh, it's, at this point, it's all QuickBooks.
So we're QuickBooks too?
Yep.
Okay.
So, so file mergers work fine.
Oh.
There we go. I may not have to see Lisa
You two
tomorrow.
chat.
Yeah, we will chat. We'll chat. Okay.
Because, you can do that with QuickBooks, once in a while there's a glitch, obviously, so.
Well, it
but
was actually, the first one was making sure I had the right Home Federal.
You got Home Federal Sioux Falls.
Yeah, there were different Home
Yeah.
Federals as an option, and you have to have the BO, but I'm just having trouble downloading it.
Okay.
So if Lisa can't help me, I'll go to Lisa first. If she can't help me, I'm finding you.
Yeah. Or Kevin.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, QuickBooks is, for majority of our smaller business, mid-sized businesses, a great program that they use.
And also feel free to, call me or Sue or anyone at Angie with questions if you have, even if you just have a question about credit card processing, if you're not, you just got a question or someone's asking something or you want to know something about it, just call them and consult them too. So we're here to answer your questions, even if you're not currently using that service. Use me as a resource. I might know the answer.
And the other point because a lot of the bio businesses quickly start doing international business, and the big banks will often think, well, that's an advantage of international business, and the fact is, it isn't, because the only US-based big bank that has branches internationally is Citibank. Wells Fargo or US Bank do not have branches internationally, so when you do go externally, you're still on your own anyway, even if you're with one of the 2 local big banks. But I know that's something any Home Federal, any of them will help you or give you introductions to the international banking side of it.